welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing day.
There are some things I think about. It's like, what could you do to ruin my cruise? Yeah. What could you do to ruin my cruise? All right. I am so thankful, like, really only two things happened on our family cruise, and they necessarily didn't ruin the cruise. But I think if it had escalated, one of them, it possibly could have. And I was not happy with it. So, this is the thing. I start with the first one. So the first one is, I had done all the check-in. I did all the check-in. You saw it. I did it. Did a video on it. Checked them all in. Used a credit card. Should have been no problems. I gave a limit to all the grandkids for stuff that they could use, for them to be able to use the arcade and stuff, and I wasn't sure quite how that worked. Well, I figured out it's $25 max. I did $25. It's not max per day. It's not $25 per day. It's $25 for the whole cruise. So you have to kind of up it per day if you want to do that. You can only do that at the guest relations desk. You can't do it on the kiosk or anything. Can't do that. Okay. So what happened was everything was working fine, except for some of my grandkids. And they were in two different rooms. It was my daughter's family, but it's her kids where their cards weren't working for some reason. And we're just like, why isn't it working? Like, the credit card's on there. So they go up to the desk. The dad goes up to the desk, checks it out, gives new sale and sign cards, and then thinks we're done. Like, they say, yes, we see it there, the card's on there, good. They go back out. The cards aren't working again, sale and sign cards. They're opening the room, but they're not working for purchases. And I'm like, what is going on? So then I say, because it's my card, I go down there. So I go and I say, my grandkids' cards aren't working. It's my credit card. I take my wallet because I'm thinking in my head, hey, maybe I have the same card on all the rooms, but I'm just like, there's plenty of funds on there. So I thought, oh, maybe I'll just switch it out to a different card and call it a day. And so what I did is I just said, well, let's just switch it out to this card. And it's like, okay. So what they did is switch it out to that card. Fine, no problems. I have no idea what happened there. I just thought it was weird. I just thought it was really weird. So maybe if anybody has the answer to that, please let me know. Because I would think that I could have the same credit card on multiple rooms and it should not be an issue. So I don't know what happened, but anyway, it would not. And let me tell you, there was plenty of funds on that card. Plenty of funds. So I'm like, I just couldn't figure out what was going on. So the second thing is, so in the morning, we would kind of get up and everybody would kind of do their own thing. Everybody gets up at different times. We're not all the same. And so around 8 o'clock or so, we would kind of like have our doors open by that time and we would be talking and kind of saying, hey, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And everybody's trying to figure out what each person was going to do. And so, but we weren't like super loud, like we'd come into each other's rooms. But of course, the kids were going back and forth between the rooms. So it was the second day. I think it was like sea day and then Ensenada. So it was Ensenada day. And so literally it's the second morning on the ship, right? And this lady pops out and says to my daughter-in-law, or in general, you guys need to be quieter. This happens every morning. And so then my daughter-in-law says, well, they're kids, and so the lady shut her door. And so she comes over to me, my daughter-in-law comes over to me and she tells me, and I said, really? It's like, at that time, I think it was like 8:30 in the morning. We didn't open the doors until 8 o'clock. Like, we really tried to make it to where it's like they weren't running around. And to me, they weren't running around. I thought they were doing pretty well, considering there was 8 kids. And I'm thinking it's not like it's 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's not like every morning, because this is like second morning. So I know they were quieter on C day because we all slept in. So I'm just like going, what the heck's going on? She must have had like a really bad night. But I was very close in saying something if I saw her. But then I was like, no. I was just gonna be like, I'm not really sure if maybe it's just these kids or you're hearing other kids too, but we haven't, I don't think we've been that loud, and it hasn't been like 6 a.m. or anything. It was like 8:30. And basically we were just kind of rounding up. Some of us were going to go to breakfast. Some of them had already ate and they were going to go, you know, explore, getting ready to go into Ensenada that day and stuff. Everybody was like planning whatever they were going to be doing. And I was like, that was so weird. And it's people like that can really like ruin your cruise, but you're just like, I'm sorry if you were just like here to party all night and then sleep till like 10 or 11 o'clock and we are like totally screwing you up. But I'm sorry, they're kids and they want to have fun too. And they weren't yelling, they weren't screaming. We didn't get one complaint from anybody else. All the other cabins, like I was talking with the people that were next to us and they were like, they're so cute. What did she say? They are so, they're so good, basically. I can't even think of the word she used, but they're so good. They're just like good kids. And so nobody else complained. So, I mean, I think it was just them. Really bad night. Maybe a little hungover. I don't know. But, I mean, it's kind of like, think of what's going on before you, like, say something so rude to little kids in the hallway because they don't understand. And that's so unfair. It's so unfair for them. And I just felt really bad. And I was kind of hurt. By someone trying to ruin this for them. Luckily, she didn't come out again. Nobody else came out again. And we didn't have any other issues. None. So that was good. But yeah, there was just that one little thing. So I don't know, just be kind. This is the first time, you know, and I've been on cruises with other kids. And yes, they yell, they scream. We had some that ran down the hallway and were knocking on our doors and stuff. I'm sorry, kids will be kids. And, you know, maybe it's not right all the time, things that they do, but I know my kids were not doing anything bad. So I was like, don't mess with grandma. Okay. Yeah, it was one of those moments. But we lightened it up and we still had like an awesome time. And going into Ensenada, and everything ended up being really beautiful. And it was such a beautiful day. Oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. It was cool. It had a nice breeze. I mean, it wasn't hot. It was gorgeous for everybody. It was so nice. So, yeah. So those are the only two things that really, really happened that were kind of weird. Unusual maybe? Upsetting a little bit? Alright, if you had anything strange happen on your cruise where you thought, what? And that was it? Leave a comment below. If you like this video, give it a little like, and don't forget to subscribe. Take care and have a great day.